From the heart of Africa to the world, this
is African Focus Reports, bringing you news and stories the way you like it.
In a world that celebrates democracy and change, one man stands as a living contradiction. At 92 years old, after 43 years in power, President Paul Biya of Cameroon is still campaigning, still holding on to the same seat he claimed in 1982. At his latest rally, he appeared briefly, frail yet firm, waving to the crowd.
We
have come today to talk to you about the political party. And at other rallies, supporters replaced him with mannequins, figures of him and his wife, dressed in campaign colors, as if symbols could stand in for leadership. The sight shocked the world, because this is not just a story about one man. It's the story of a continent still trapped between memory and possibility. To break down the truth behind this story, here's the African analyst, Schisz Nize.
When dummies or mannequins campaign for a president, it is no longer politics, it is theater. It tells you that power has stopped listening and the people have stopped believing. That stage no longer belongs to the living voice of a nation. It belongs to the silence dressed in suit. And that, my people, is the loudest cry for change.
The longest rule. Since 1982, Paul Biya has ruled Cameroon. He has outlasted 8 U.S. presidents, 7 French leaders, and entire generations of his own citizens. 43 years in power, longer than the lifetime of most Cameroonians alive today. Some call him a man of peace. Others call him the shadow of a past that refuses to fade. Because when power refuses to pass on, it becomes the enemy of progress.
Power is meant to serve the people, not swallow them. But when power grows old and refuses to rest, it begins to feed on the very future it was meant to protect. And that is when leadership becomes a legend. Not because it inspires, but because it refuses to leave the stage.
The symbol of control. Those mannequin rallies were more than strange. They were symbols of control. Because when people start cheering for statues, it means fear has replaced freedom. Cameroon is not poor. It's rich in oil, timber, gold, bauxite, and cocoa. It's a land of music, color, and strength. But wealth means nothing when power is owned by few and borrowed by all.
Africa doesn't lack good, it lacks justice. We don't lack leaders, we lack humility. Because the moment power becomes personal, the people becomes prisoners.
Why people still follow? So why do citizens still follow him? Some out of fear, in a land where dissent can be costly. Others out of survival, because silence buys them peace, and a few coins buy them tomorrow. And many out of habit, because after 4 decades, obedience becomes culture, and fear becomes faith. But no nation grows under silence. Silence only buries potential alive.
When a people clap with hunger in their stomachs and fear in their eyes, that is not loyalty, it is survival. Africa doesn't need another loud leader. It needs courageous citizens who will speak truth even when whispers are forbidden.
The continental reflection. Paul Biya's story is not isolated. It mirrors the soul of a continent caught in repetition. From Kampala to Kinshasa, from Harare to Yaoundé, the story echoes the same rhythm. Old men holding young nations hostage to time. But how long can youth wait before patience becomes paralysis? Across Africa, young voices are rising, not to destroy, but to rebuild what fear has broken.
This is not just about one leader. It is about a mindset that worships power and fears change. Africa must stop kneeling before old thrones and start standing for new visions.
The generation of change. 70% of Cameroonians are under 35. They've never known another president, yet they dream of innovation, opportunity, and dignity. The new Africa doesn't crave revolution. It craves evolution. It wants leaders who listen, not rulers who linger. Change may move slowly, but once it begins, it never turns back.
Africa's wealth isn't beneath soil, it is within her sons and daughters. And when those sons and daughters rise, no throne, no age, no mannequin or dummies can stop them. The power of the people is always stronger than the people in power.
The final message. From Yaoundé to Lagos, from Kinshasa to Nairobi, the story repeats itself. Old power resists, new power awakens. Paul Biya's era will end one day, but the lesson will remain. No leader outlives the voice of the people, because in the end, it's not age that defines a nation, it's courage.
Africa can forgive its history, but it must never repeat it. If you believe Africa's time is now, not tomorrow, like, share, and drop your voice below. This is Nize, your African analyst. Thank you for watching.